Alrighty, my name's Josh, and thank you for renting our Viking 17-foot travel trailer. Today I'm going to walk you through the basics of using it. First, we're going to start with your front door. To open it, you're just going to lift up the handle, move it to the center position. Your door should be locked, so from there you're going to turn counterclockwise on the key, back to the middle on the top, and then from the right position, straight to the middle there. You're going to have this little pivot right here. That's where you're going to camp that back, and that's how you open your front door. It doesn't open forward or to the top, so sometimes it's a little confusing. You have your steps right here. These are self-leveling. You just move this handle, make sure the door is wide open, bring it down, and the legs are self-adjusting. You just give it a little shake. All right, so this is going to be your back escape door / side access door. That's going to be the silver key that's shaped similar to the front door. And for that, all you do is you twist it counterclockwise again. That locks it. Then you turn it clockwise, and that'll open the door for you. Then you'll have access underneath the bunk. This bed flips up, so you have storage for bicycles or anything bigger. If you've rented the generator will be stationed here at the beginning of your pickup. You also have your water box here, so that's going to be for using water at a campsite or refilling the tanks as you go along. Alrighty, so out back you're going to have your propane tank. Make sure that's turned off while you're driving, just for safety. When you get to wherever you're going, go ahead and turn that on. To the right here, you're going to have the outdoor shower. You're going to go ahead and use the smallest key to open this compartment. Alright, in the front here, where it says dump kit, this is where your septic hookup is going to be. All the tubes to hook up to the dump station when you drop it off. And if you're at a campsite that has a dump next to you, you can hook up directly to there and keep that black open, so that way you can use their septic system without filling your tank at all. Also, this is the battery. It's self-maintaining, so you don't ever have to worry about that. Up front here is where we have the electric jack. So when you're hooking and unhooking the vehicle, you'll just use this. Forward, we'll lift it up. Pushing this little switch backwards, we'll lower it. It also has a cool little light right here, this little red button. You can turn it on, so if you're working at night, then you'll be able to see what you're doing. So very important here, these are your stabilizers. You're going to want to make sure these are completely up whenever you're traveling, otherwise you can damage them. These run about $75 to replace. So just make sure they're completely up whenever you go. And if you have a 3/4 or 19mm drill, cordless drill, it'll save you a lot of time. I provide a hand crank, but the drill will definitely make your trip a lot happier. All right, so for the worst part of having a trailer is dumping the tanks. So you start by taking the sewer hose out, putting the new sewer, the cap off, putting the sewer hose in, putting your connector. Everything just interlocks, super easy. Drop that in there. Make sure it's tight, because the last thing you want is all this sewage coming out. There's the rock. Okay. Definitely helps to have a rock and a couple bricks. You always start by evacuating the black first. Okay. All right, once you're done and the hose is cleared out, just disconnect it and reconnect it to itself so you don't have to smell it. And for the much cleaner side of things, it's just filling the water. And you just go ahead and fill it up like this. It'll let you know when it's full because it'll just start spouting out the top. The hose kind of stays in there, but it's a good idea to just hold it, otherwise it'll come shooting out and it's a big mess. Fortunately, at this point, it's just clean drinking water. One final note when it comes to using city water is there's a green hose in here to hook up to city water. It has a pressure adapter on it. Do not hook a hose up to this trailer that does not have that pressure adapter on it. It's a water pressure regulator. So it'll keep the rest of the lines in here from exploding. If you do that, I can't even tell you how much money that would cost. Alrighty, so last but not least, this is a 7-pin to 4-pin connector. This vehicle is configured for a 7-pin, so it has electronic brakes that can be utilized with a brake controller in your vehicle. It also controls the lights of the trailer, including the brake lights. If you don't have a 7-pin on your vehicle, no worries. You just slide this into the adapter, lock it in place like that, and then you can plug that into the 4-pin of your vehicle, and then you'll still have your brake lights and turn signals. You just won't have access to the electronic brakes. Super easy. Our trailer also includes an awning that's retractable. To use that, just make sure the door is straight out like this or closed, and then you can extend the awning. This flap right here marks the end of the extension. So you'll just go ahead and stop. There's no automatic cutoff switch. And then to retract, simply push the retract button and it'll roll it back up. Also make sure that if it's a very windy day, you retract it because that can cause damage to the awning as well. We'll take a look inside the trailer. To the right, you'll find the main sleeping mattress. It's a memory foam mattress. Overhead storage. On the wall is the solar panel controller. You don't have to worry about that. That is self-maintaining. This is the main control panel, which the top switch is going to control the outdoor light and stereo, which is Bluetooth RV media. Up here is where you're going to be able to check your battery status, your fresh water, your black water, and your gray. All tanks come empty at the start of your rental, and it is required that they come back empty as well. This switch controls the water heater for the shower and the sink. Make sure to turn that on 15 minutes prior to when you want to use it. It's not an instantaneous heater, so it takes a while to build up. This switch will turn on your onboard water, so just flip that up and you'll hear the pump kick on. Water's good. And then this is your ceiling light. It turns on all the lights in the trailer, with the exception of these, which can be turned on and off manually above each bed. So that way you can have lights on where you want them and lights off where you want them as well. Turn the light switch off. And then for the slide, that's in, that's out. Just make sure that you clear everything on the sides of the slide so that way it doesn't run into anything. And once it gets to the end, just stop. And now you have all this open space in here. Microwave will work only with the generator. The refrigerator unit will work in conjunction with propane and with the 12-volt system, but it will drain the 12-volt system very quickly. You can turn that on and off right there. If you hold it down, it'll turn it off. No light means you're not wasting the battery. Sink is here. And then you have all access to storage up top and storage down below. We also include another checklist just to make sure you don't forget anything. Under here, you'll find a hot box. We call it that because it has a buddy heater just in case it gets really cold. You can use that cable to hook the buddy heater directly to the propane tank. There's another block right there for setting up at a campsite on that jack. And there is the hand crate I talked about. There's also plenty of storage for anything else you want to put in there. Lastly, both bunks. We include 3 pillows. For extra bedding, if you forgot your own bedding, you're going to have a comforter and sheets under here, as well as 2 sleeping bags. Last but not least, we have the bathroom, where we provide toilet paper that is septic safe. Please only use our toilet paper. No feminine hygiene products down the toilet. The shower is a stand-up shower, and it runs off the hot water heater and the water pump along.